Hi Aries, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. So, hope this finds you well. I'm going to pull you one card before I shuffle the rest of the deck, and you get the card of flexibility. So this obviously implies this state of openness to change, to maybe new doors that want to open, relationship energies. It's obviously, sometimes we can be very inflexible. It's that inflexibility that's very, very rigid in our life, and it shuts off other possibilities. Flexibility is a state of being able to bend when maybe change comes or a new direction begins to open up in your life, okay? It's a great card. And it's a great state of mind, Aries, to be open and flexible. So let's see what is happening for you for the week ahead. I'm going to split the cards. And I'll shuffle one more time just to make sure that I've been using the cards an awful lot recently to make sure they're all clear for you. So give me clear-cut messages for the sign of Aries, please, for the week ahead. So behind you, you've got the King of Cups, very beautiful. Can be a water sign, or this can be you sitting on the throne, not drowning in emotional issues or the currents of life, but very much in your sovereignty. Always love seeing that, but for people, this is a person, or it's a lot of feelings going on between either you and someone else, or I'm not sure. The Wheel of Fortune is the gift, which means maybe that's where the flexibility is about. Maybe there's some sort of new opportunity coming your way. The Wheel of Fortune is a clock, okay? The challenge is the Five of Swords, okay? So still a little bit of maybe a little bit of mental or a little bit of conflict around you. Don't worry about it. The Five of Swords are sometimes feeling a little bit stressed, but tune into something like the King of Cups. Yeah, I'll talk about it more in a minute, because relationship dynamics of the Five of Cups, this is not your energy. This is how other people are showing up for you. So the other people in your life might be going through a little bit of a transition. They might be a little bit, something's maybe not worked out the way that they want it to. But underneath the wheel, you've got the Star card. So your pillar for the week are two very powerful major arcanas, okay? And then you've got three, you've got Temperance. So the Star card is Aquarius. It's also about openness, transparency, being clear about things. It's also about grace, faith, and all opportunities come through grace. We have this sort of old belief system that if we push and push and push, our lives will go a certain direction. That is the old way of being that we're all having to give up and step away from, because it's grace. I'm not saying we don't have to put energy out into our goals or into the direction that we want to go in, but it's not pushing that creates it. It's grace and being open and flexible to the wheel turning, which means we need to have our eyes wide open. We need to have prepared the ground. So when we prepare the ground, we're not, we are pretty flexible when we've prepared the ground for new opportunities, because we live in this state of openness, which is very, very beautiful here. You have got two fives showing up. So fives all represent change. If you think about it, the cards before are the fours, so they all represent stability, solidity. So the fives mean something seems to be being, some sort of change process is going on. And I don't know why other people are showing up for you as the Five of Cups. Maybe some of them have had a bereavement, a loss, and that's what you're working with. Because the King of Cups would work very, very well with the Five of Cups. Gives people space, allows them to be. So why has Aries got the Five of Cups energy, please? One card. What's going on in other people's lives? Okay, the Five of Cups with the Tower card. Remember, this isn't your energy. This is people around you. So maybe there's been some sort of shift in someone else's life. Some sort of sudden change. Maybe they've received news that they didn't want to receive. That sort of thing. That's the only way I can read these cards. Now this isn't your energy. It's very interesting because you're very connected with these four cards. So it's other people that are going through this. Maybe there's some people in your life who are depressed, Aries, by the way. There's been some sort of, something seems to have happened. They're not getting what they want. They're just a little bit, anything else? I'm really intrigued. You might have to cross watch, guys, to see who's having this energy. Anything else for Aries relationships? Eight of Swords. So the people in your life don't seem to be having the easiest time of it at the moment, and that's probably what the Five of Swords is a challenge for you. Okay, sometimes when other people are having difficult times, I guess we have this belief that by flinging our emotions at other people, it makes us feel better. Okay, so that's maybe what's going on here. But what I'm going to do is tune into your cards, Aries, because that is always a solution, isn't it? Being your own sovereignty, your own energy. The King of Cups is behind you. So this might be a person, or it might be you. So very, very focused, very lovely. Not, what I like about it is you're not getting lost in what other people are going through. That's for the King and the Queen, both of them don't, and that's why they're kings and queens. So they keep their serenity when the rest of the world's going crazy. It's a lifetime work, Aries. But it seems that you're doing okay in this. Because look at your central cards. The Wheel with the Star. What's this about for Aries? Some sort of opportunity seems to be coming your way. Yeah, Page of Swords. There's news coming your way. And you get the Victory card as well. So this news is going to bring some turnaround of events. There might be contact with someone as well. This is the Aquarius card. The Wheel of Fortune's, I don't read the Wheel of Fortune that way. It's got all the star signs in it. But there might be some sort of communication change going on here with someone. Maybe some relationship is being healed. There's been a bridge that's been divided. Because that's what Grace does. That's what the Star card does. So you've got Temperance as the outcome. So what's interesting, so both these cards, she's floating in the water, yeah? He's sitting on it. But both of them represent, so what you're ending in a very similar dynamic to what you're beginning the week with. Quite, I'll say quite emotionally, what's the right word? Sovereign, basically. Not getting pulled into whatever these dynamics are going on, because you've got, there's something very big cooking here, Aries, some sort of new opportunity, quite exciting opportunity, or some sort of contact is being made. So I am not quite sure what's going on in your relationship dynamics here. Tell me about the challenge. What's the challenge about? Five of Swords. Because the Five of Swords tends to be a very needless conflict. I'm not saying conflict isn't a necessary part of life sometimes, especially if it appears in the gift. But as a challenge, sometimes it's about having to win arguments, always having to get the last word in, maybe even communicating in a way that's a little bit toxic, or other people are doing this with you. Okay, so be very careful of communication this week. What's the Five of Swords about for Aries, please? Okay, the Justice card. The Justice card is about relationships, okay? It's the Libra card. It's sort of got this blindfold on. So sometimes we get stressed because we can't quite see what's happening next. And because of what's showing up, how other people are presenting for you, I think, Aries, it's more the dynamics you've got going on with some other people that seem a little bit challenging here, because it doesn't seem to be coming from your energy, and you're ending the week temperate. So temperate is the middle path. I call it the Buddha card, okay? So we're not, and there you go, it gets better, the sun. We're not avoiding our emotions, we're not avoiding things, but we're not going to extremes in anything, so we're not drowning. Because sometimes we get so lost in, you know, other people have a drama and we go there with them, and then suddenly we've got a huge drama. Temperance card in the King of Cups is very different. It's almost keeping you cool when the rest of the world is going crazy. And boy, do I understand that one at the moment. It's almost like this, yeah, I just understand that. But trying as much as I can to be temperate and the King of Cups, and smile when the whole world loses their head. That's really what these cards are about. And there's something lovely coming your way with this. Some opportunity, some sort of communication, some sort of, I know it sounds like a cliche, but the Star card is the card of grace. It's the healing card. So if there's been any difficulties in any relationships, the Star card with the Page of Swords would begin to bridge the gap, because he carries with him the sword of truth. Yeah. And it's a sword of truth, Satnam, yeah, that brings light to a situation. So my advice for you, Aries, is if other people have been the Five of Swords, you can try and keep your calm. Deep breath, because you've got some stunning stuff going on. I'll ask for one advice card for you. Yeah, Three of Pentacles, working as a team, pulling energy together, working as a team, because sometimes these fives might be showing up because there's people, or you're going through change, and change tends to be, there's an old saying in the I Ching that there's always difficulty at the beginning, which means the beginning of something new quite often brings stress. Okay, lovely Aries, and speak to you next week. Bye.